Hey everyone, welcome to the Buy It Now auction for August. Yeah, another month has ticked by. Every second Tuesday of the month, that's when I'm going to do my Buy It Now auctions. I've been doing them now for most of this year, I think, and they've been going pretty well. What is a Buy It Now auction? Well, I'm going to show you 5 or 6 items, and I'm going to put a starting bid on the item. If you are interested in buying that item, you can leave a comment down below, include the item number and your bid. Like I said, I will leave a starting bid and the amount for bid increments. So you can put that in the comments. Check the other comments to see if anybody else has bid on the item. And at the end of the week, meaning Monday night at midnight, that's when the auction ends, Central Standard Time, for those who are trying to be buzzer beaters. Um, Whoever has the highest bid at that point will get the item. Now, I don't want people bidding $5,000 on an item that's only worth 20 bucks. So, what I do is I also list a buy it now price. Think of it as me capping the bidding at a particular amount, because I don't just want to find cool stuff to sell to you guys. I want to make sure that you guys are also getting a good deal. Yeah, I could make a lot more money by putting these out there and just letting the bids go, but this isn't about how much money I can make off the item. This is about how you guys can add to your collection at a reasonable price. Um, you guys see me every week tearing apart scammers who are just out for blood and out for money and they don't care about anything else. No, that's not me. I find things at a really good deal, and I want to pass along that great deal to you guys. So that is why I do it as an auction format and why I also put a buy it now price. Some of you wonder why I put the auction price so close to the buy it now price. And the reason for that is, to be honest, I kind of hope that all my stuff goes for the buy it now price. But what I'm trying to avoid is people all waiting to the last second to try to snipe each other for that minimum bid price. So that is why I keep the prices a little closer. I don't keep a whole big window there. If the note is $50 and has a buy it now for $75, okay, for $20 or $25, you can just have the item rather than having to sweat it out. But by also having the auction price, if no one has bought it now, that gives you a chance to technically buy it at a discount. Instead of paying the full buy it now price, you can snipe it at the end for the auction price. That's at least my view on it. Whether that's the right way to think about it or not, I don't know. But I do believe everybody would agree that the prices I ask for this stuff is very reasonable. All right. So, how do you pay for the stuff? I accept PayPal, I accept Cash App, good old fashioned check or money order through the mail will work. All of my prices include shipping. So, whatever price you say, that's it. I take care of the shipping. So, keep that in mind, especially on lower priced items. If it doesn't seem like it's screaming a ridiculously good deal, it is including the shipping price. Okay, the last thing before I start this week's auction is, you guys saw my Christmas in July auction last month. I would like to do something like that around Christmas. And as this airs, I'm also going to be putting up a survey in the section where you can actually vote on stuff. And the question is, should I do a big auction in December? Or is that a bad idea because everybody's spending money on Christmas presents for everyone? Should I do it in November where you can still buy stuff and then worry about Christmas next month? Or should I wait until January when you can take all the money you got from people for Christmas and use it to spend on the auction? So that's my dilemma. Should I have my Christmas auction be in November, December, or January? What makes sense for you guys, since you are the ones that will be that have to spend the money? What makes it easier on you? I still will have auctions throughout every one of those months. The question is, though, when should I have the big one? When should I have the big one, with 10 items that are a little more expensive? Should I do it in November, December, or January? There'll be a poll, and you can answer it in the poll. All right. Ready for the auction this week. Here we go. Number one is one of the items that did not sell last week. This is the T64 $500 Confederate States of America note. The CSAs, these are very cool notes to have. It's a large denomination. It's a very classic look. They are hand signed. You can see they're hand signed right down there. There's the number on this. What is that? 25995. Nothing printed on the back of these notes here. Usually when you find these at shows, they're going to sell in the $400 to $500 range minimum. It seems that that's just the going rate for these. The book has it a little lower, but nobody wants to sell them at that. So you really struggle to find them. Now, I do want to point out that the lower right-hand corner is tore. That corner is missing there. So I'm just making sure you know what you're getting. And it's not a crisp, uncirculated note, as none of them are. This one does have a lot of handling to it. That doesn't change the fact that it is still a very cool note. $500 Confederate States of America, T64, one of the most popular notes. We're going to start this one. Well, it didn't sell last time when I had it up there at $325. So we're going to start this one at $275 for the bids, $5 increments. And if you want to buy it now, ready for this one? $299, not even $300. $299 is the buy it now on the $500 Confederate States of America. Like I said, it shows these are selling for $400 or $500, regardless of condition. The only reason I'm not keeping this one is I've got one that's graded. This one's probably in better shape than my graded one, but I just like the fact that it's in a case. Anyway, $299, buy it now. $275 is the bids, $5 increments. That's item number one. All right, now for the new stuff. Item number two this week, I have a pair of $5 silver certificates. Pair of $5 silver certificates. This one here on the bottom is Series 1934, and this one is Series of 1934D. These are pretty nice. I mean, I don't see any creases in here. Just looking real close. Trying to get this stuff in here so you can see. I don't see any creases. I'm not going to say that these are uncirculated, because if you look at the very bottom, they do have a little bit of dirt. There's this one as well. For some reason, when you look at the backs, you can always see the circulation better. So let's flip these two over. So yeah, they're not perfect. They are really good, but they're not perfect. I don't want to mislead anybody. If I was to grade these, I'd put them in the 50-55 range, about uncirculated. This one's interesting because it's also got one of the cut lines on there, one of the printer lines, so they know where to cut the notes. They still missed. It's really wide on top, really narrow on the bottom. That does not increase the value. Anyway, these two notes, they of course have the bright blue 5 denomination there, the blue seals. These are silver certificates. 1934 and 1934D. The 34 books out in this condition roughly $17 to $20, and the 34D is $25, $30, something like that. We are going to go starting bid of buy one get one free, $30. $30 is the starting bid on these $1 increments, and if you want to buy it now, just going 45 in their years. Remember, that includes shipping. So if you see them anywhere else, if you're buying them online, you most certainly do have to get shipping costs in there as well. So $30, $1 increments on item number two. 45 is the buy it now. That is number two this week. Number three. This is pretty cool. 2 shillings. This note is from June 19th, AD, 1,007 1,776. Yes. Isn't that great? I can't say it without laughing. 1,770 fix. I think that's just hilarious. Yes, I know Old English, they put the small f wherever the small s would start a word. But yeah, 1,000, actually, the thousand has an F. So 1,770 fix. 1776, 2 shilling note. Um, this is a continental note. Continental Congress. It actually even says from Connecticut. Colony of Connecticut, 2 shillings. Um, really cool note. This note does have a problem. The problem is whoever had this note, they mounted it on a backing. So I don't even know what it says. Register something. So yeah, they glued this note on the back. This is the cool part of the note. That's the part you'd be displaying. So I understand that, yeah, that kind of hurts. But it's still a note from 1776, and it's a note that very few people have in their collections. Without the backing on there, this would be about 125 bucks. We're going to start the bidding on this $50. $50 on the bids, $1 increments, and if you want to buy it outright, 75 bucks and it's yours. So 50 on the bid, $1 increment, $75 for buy it now. This is item number 3, the 2 shillings note. Number 4, we are going with a $5 North Africa note. $5 North Africa emergency currency. You can see here, series of 1934A. This one is circulated. You can see it does have a crease this way. You can see it's not perfect. It does have a little bit of handling to it. Probably a solid 20 without a problem. You can see the back here. I'll zoom in here just so you can see. There's this. Some dirt on the back. The note itself, if I take it out of here, very carefully take it out of here, it still has a little bit of crispness. But nonetheless, not an uncirculated note. Actually, it kind of feels crisp, more so from just being in a sleeve for a real long time. Let me put this one back in here very carefully. Anyway, the $5 North Africa, the emergency currency series of Hawaii notes and North Africa notes. The $5 note is the hard one. That's the tough one to get. So this is like the key note in the series. This goes for like 95 bucks or so in this condition. I'm going to start the bidding at this at 60 bucks. $60 on the bid, $1 increments. If you want to buy it now, 90 bucks. So less than that $95 price. And of course, once again, we're including shipping. We, as in me and the mouse in my pocket, we are including shipping. It's the royal we, for those of you who know that reference. Anyway, $5 North Africa silver certificate, $60 on the bid, $1 increments, $90. Buy it now. That is number 4 this week. Number 5, I have a 1929 Focus. There we go. National. From the Chase National Bank of the City of New York. You can see here, there is the charter number 2370. It's in all right condition. Probably a 20, maybe a 25. It does have this little fold across the top. You can see the center line fold here. There's a fold here as well, and here. So yeah, not perfect. What is that, a rust line, or is that part of the... is that dirt? I think that's just a crease. Anyway, this one is a Type 2 National. There's the Type 1s, which just had this, and the serial number would be centered, and then the Type 2 has the number in this location as well. Type 2s, they weren't out as long as the Type 1s. I want to say that the Type 2s were printed, even though it says 1929, the Type 2s didn't come out till 1933, and the whole series was done by 35. So these were not widely available, the Type 2s. A Type 2 $10 National, this will go for about $80. We are going to say The starting bid on this, once again, let's take a look at the back. Looking at it just so you guys can see the entire note here. Starting bid on the Type 2 $10 National, once again, 80 is the book. We're going to go $50 on the bid price, $1 increments, and if you want to buy it now, 75 bucks, 75, and it's yours for the Type 2 $10 National from the Chase National Bank of the City of New York. That is number 5. But wait, there's more. Since I started this one with one note that didn't sell from last month's auction, I decided to make sure that we had at least 5 new items. So this week, number 6, I've got a $100 bill, a $100 monochrome note. Now, monochrome notes are getting harder to find. They only printed monochromes for a short time period. One way to think of the monochrome series is kind of like the educational series. They were only out for a short number of time. The educational series was only out for 3 years. The monochrome, I think 1996 was the first premiere of the monochromes, and by 2003 we had the other stuff. Maybe it was 2001. So yeah, monochrome notes, you just don't see them. Now, I'm not trying to sell this because it's a monochrome note. I'm simply pointing out it happens to be a monochrome note, and it has seen a little bit of circulation, more dirt than folds. There is a center fold here, but what makes this cool is right here. Let me do it this way so it'll fill the screen. It has a partial overprint, partial offset print error. You can see here, that is from the back of the note. This 0 here, if I was to turn it, you can see it's that 0 there. This happens when the printing process starts before the paper goes in. Now, there may have been something blocking a portion of the back plate, and that much of the back of the note got printed on the back plate. And actually, it would be this way. It would be on this side. That much of the back plate got printed. And what would happen then is then the paper comes on, and when the paper is there, they print the back here, but because part of it is on that back plate, it got printed on this side. So it's a partial offset print error on a $100 bill, and it just happens to be on a monochrome. Take that for what it's worth. Now, partial offset prints on $100 bills, generally speaking, will sell in the $250 range. We're not going $250 on that because, you know me, I'm trying to make everything affordable for everybody. We're going to start the bidding off on this partial offset print on the monochrome note at $150. $150. If you want to buy it now, we're going to go $180. $180. $250 is the book on this. You can buy it now for $180. So $150. We're going to do $5 increments on the bid, and if you'd like to take the whole thing home without worrying about it, then we'll just say $180. So that is this month's Buy It Now auction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 as far as the numbers go. Go ahead and put your bids down below. It's open now, and don't forget to answer the poll. I will be putting that up hopefully before this airs. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Good luck on the bids, and I'll talk to you next week.